We'll put on our best gear and our spring is gonna hurt. Are we live? Are we?
Yeah, we're recording.
Action. Wait, is it holding up? Sorry. Well, on my 8th birthday, which I had never picked up a guitar or anything like that, on my 8th birthday, my neighbor showed up at my front door with a small little blue guitar, and he said happy birthday, and I'd never played guitar, never really had the desire to play guitar, never wrote a song or anything like that. Just from that point forward, it was just kind of like my neighbor. His name was Jeff. He was like, here's a guitar, and so I kind of started playing that way, and I don't know, eventually you're going to write a song if you're playing guitar enough, so. I don't borrow, cheat, or lie, and I look you in the eyes when I tell you what you may not want to hear. And I love my lady true, and I'll fight if it comes to showing her I'll make a good man. But I feel I've strayed away from what mom and dad would say. Son, there's more than doing things right. Working hard is good, and love it like you should, but glory comes from things out of sight. And heavenly hymnals can't take you to that gate. Reckon that he don't judge that way. I've heard it been said that if you want liberty, you gotta do a little more than just believe. I can sing about my home and that girl I can't afford, and pray I'll turn into something new. But if I travel for my gain and bring glory to my name, then I'm empty by Sunday afternoon. When I wake, it's what I see, staring back at me. I thought I haven't done what I should, 'cause he took me in his hand, gave his life to save a man. He was perfect and his plan it had me in. A good man to start, but he said you won't go far. Son, you need to be both good and mine. So tell me that you love me and show me that you care, and give yourself to me and you'll get there. Heavenly hymnals can't take you to that gate. Reckon that I don't judge that way. You've heard it been said that if you want liberty, you gotta do a little more than just believe. And you can sing about your home and that girl I made for you, and pray I'll turn you into something new. But if you travel for my gain and bring glory to my name, then I'll fill you up by Sunday afternoon. If you travel for my gain and bring glory to my name, then I'll fill you up by Sunday afternoon. So Heavenly Hymnals is a song that I just felt like talking about, God, talking about getting into heaven, and it takes a lot more than just singing the books that are sitting in the church. It takes a lot more than that. It takes a lot more than just being a good person, than that it does to just to make it there. And so it was kind of like from the first part is kind of about my perspective, and the second part is about God's perspective, or what I imagine it to be, that he's not just sitting up there saying, well, if you read the books, you say the right things, then you're good to go. Because I think it takes a lot more than that. I think it takes a lot more and a lot deeper of a conviction, and deeper of, a hunger to love other people, than it is just to say, well, I'm reading the words off the book, so I'm good to go, but so that's kind of where that song came from. Barefoot dancing on a hardwood floor, tell 'em nobody's home. Record playing way too loud, but we both love this song. A dozen roses on the countertop I bought a week ago. Celebration is something sweet, 'cause we're finally in these walls. And we don't have any other soul in the valley where we live. And we're okay with living alone, and I love you something big. And honey, this old piece of land is written in our will, forever calling this our home. It's a cabin in the hills. Waiting for the perfect time, it's the Lord up above, telling us to hold on tight, 'cause he's showing us his love. And honey, there's no way we found this, it was put right in our hands by praying to the Lord above for a little piece of land. And we don't have any other soul in the valley where we live. And we're okay with living alone, and I love you something big. And honey, this old piece of land is written in our will, forever calling this our home. It's a cabin in the hills. Well, there's just some things in life that don't make sense to you and me. So I'm sending up my prayers to the Lord Almighty, and he's raining down his blessings on a couple of kids in love. This little piece of land is where I plan on growing old. And we don't have any other soul in the valley where we live. And we're okay with living alone, and I love you something big. And honey, this old piece of land is written in our will, forever calling this our home. It's a cabin in the hills, forever calling this our home. It's a cabin in the hills. And then I wrote a song called Cabin in the Hills, and that one is actually about our journey in finally getting to live in the house that we worked on for so long. We bought 10 acres of land, and when we bought it, there was a little hunting cabin on it that was built out of pallets, literally shipping pallets, and they laced some 2x4s through them and everything. And we bought the land, and me and Rachel, being the just go-getters we are, looked at it and said, let's make that our house. And so we spent a couple years and a lot of time, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, literally, and we eventually made that our house, and that's where we live now. And so Cabin in the Hills is just talking about that reward, just feeling like I'm going to live there forever because of the work that we were able to put into it and everything. So it means a lot to me, that song does. These Kentucky hills fields. They've been talking in their sleep. Oh, the things they say to me, they're wonderful in sound. And that honey we dream of, our waters can't keep up with that blue-eyed rising love. She'll run us out of town. And our pine is standing tall, but it's rubble to recall. When she reaches out that voice, she'll quiet down her song. And slowly give it time. We're no longer recognized as a beautiful disguise of what God above can do. There ain't no woman out there like you. We'll put on our best, dear, and our spring is gonna hurt when we show it to you worst. Maybe we can strike a deal. We'll let you keep this man if you let us keep the crowds. We're at your mercy now, your highness, can you choose? There ain't no woman out there like you. On my heart and collarbone, your shining stands alone. Darling, you're the one I love. And I met you at a time when I prayed to God to find that woman of a kind to sweat that bluegrass to a dew. Ain't no woman out there like you. Ain't no woman out there like you. And then Ain't a Woman Out There Like You is really kind of it's kind of peculiar, I guess, the writing style behind it, because it's kind of based from the perspective of the mountains, and they're kind of looking at my wife and talking to me about how jealous they are of her because of all the natural beauty she has. And so I kind of compare those two things, because they're like, what are the most two beautiful things, in my life? It's where I live and who I love, so that's what that song's about. Mother, mother, clear my mind. The city lights are blinding me. That highway noise is far too loud. There's always unwanted company. When I lie awake underneath your stars, I look to see their shine. My gaze is stopped by the city fog that I know your stars are hiding behind. Mother, mother, help me please. Can't you see I lost my wits? 'Cause I've been longing for your embrace. I ain't felt your sunlight kiss. When I'm walking on those city streets, I never feel more alone. But if I die in these mountains, at least I'll die knowing I'm home. Mother, you've been good to me. You're there when no one is. A fire under your pine trees is the blood flowing in my wrists. You're wild, but I like to think that you're letting me get by. As I give reverence to your beauty, and I'll be yours when I die. So Mother is a song that I wrote just about finding peace in the mountains, really. I've lived in New Orleans, I've lived in Louisville, I've lived over here, obviously, and that's where I live now. I live in Louisa, and it's just, we live in a 380 square foot tiny house in a little valley or a holler, you know? And so it's hard not to write a song when you're just surrounded by that natural beauty, so I just wanted to write something about it. A fever, a cold sweat, I'd had a believer. I threw my hands in the air and said, show me something. She said, if you dare come a little closer. Feel about it, something in the way you move. Oh, it makes me feel like I can't live without you, and it takes me all the way. I want you to stay. It's not much of a life you're living. Oh, it's not just something you take, it's given. Oh, round and around and around and around we go. Oh, now tell me now, tell me now, tell me now, you know. Sure how to feel about it, something the way you move. Oh, it makes me feel like I can't live without you, and it takes me all the way. I want you to stay. I need this hole gone. Funny, you're the broken one, but I'm the only one who needed saving. 'Cause when you never see the light, it's hard to know which one of us is caving. Not really sure how to feel about it, something the way you move. Oh, it makes me feel like I can't live without you, and it takes me all the way. Not really sure how to feel about it, something the way you move. Oh, it makes me feel like I can't live without takes me all the way. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. It was so scary. It was like so scary to just quit your, decent, pretty good paying job, to quit that and to move and do something that's inconsistent, unreliable, and that you have to do all by yourself. It's like scary, I would say for anybody out there that is on the fence about living your dreams or playing it safe, 10 out of 10, live your dreams, go for it. I quit my job. I was working at Clayton Homes up in Louisa, and I quit my job as a sales manager at the end of September and decided to do this full time with my wife. And we've been traveling, we've been having a blast, and I'm not looking back at it. And I hope someone out there, if you're like, man, is it possible? It's totally possible. You can do it, and you should do it. So go chase your dreams.